Ever wonder why airports are so chaotic in 2025? Millions of travelers are missing their flights this year for surprising new reasons that nobody saw coming. What's the biggest mistake you might be making before your next trip? Let's count down the top 10 travel traps catching passengers off guard right now. Number 10. New AI security screening glitches. Have you ever been stopped at security for something totally normal in your bag? The fancy new AI security systems at airports look cool, but they're causing major holdups that could make you miss your flight. These advanced scanning systems, rolled out in January 2025, according to the Transportation Security Administration's annual report, use complex algorithms to spot potential threats. The problem? They're way too sensitive right now. The systems often flag everyday items like phone chargers, certain snack bars, or even folded clothing as suspicious objects. When the AI flags something, you get pulled aside for a manual check that adds 15 to 30 minutes to your security time. According to Airport Technology Magazine's March 2025 survey, almost 1 in 8 travelers gets caught in these AI false alarms. At busy airports like Atlanta and Chicago O'Hare, that number jumps to 1 in 6 during peak hours. Smart travelers are now packing differently to avoid these holdups. The key trick? Keep electronics, chargers, and any dense foods like protein bars or chocolate in separate, easy-to-access compartments in your bag. This makes it easier for the AI to see what these items are. Also, downloading the TSA PreCheck Plus app lets you pre-scan your items at home and get a QR code that helps the system recognize your stuff faster. The extra 5 minutes spent organizing your bag could save you from missing your flight. But AI isn't the only new tech causing problems at airports. Wait until you hear about reason number 9. Number 9. Digital health passport verification issues. Did you know your old health passport app might get you denied at the airport gate? Since February 2025, most international flights require updated digital health passports with the new Global Health Verification System, GHVS, standards. According to the International Air Transport Association's latest travel regulations update, these new standards were adopted by 137 countries after the World Health Assembly meeting in January 2025. The problem? Many travelers don't know their old health apps from 2023 to 2024 are completely outdated. These older apps don't have the right security features or verification methods that airlines now require. The updated system needs fresh verification that takes 24 hours to process, and it can't be rushed at the airport. Airport Daily News reported in March 2025 that over 22,000 travelers were denied boarding in the first 2 months of this year because of outdated health credentials. To avoid this disaster, download the official GHVS-approved app for your destination at least 3 days before your trip. Look for the blue checkmark and GHVS 2025 compliant label in the App Store. When you update your information, the system will send you a special QR code that changes color every 8 hours, a security feature. Screenshot this QR code as a backup, but also keep the app open and ready when you reach the check-in counter. Travelers who follow these steps are getting through check-in up to 15 minutes faster than those scrambling to update at the last minute. And if you think that's frustrating, you won't believe what's happening with flight schedules. Number 8. Unpredictable weather pattern flight changes. Ever arrived at the airport only to find out your gate changed to a completely different terminal? Climate change has made weather super unpredictable in 2025, causing last-minute gate and departure time changes that can leave you stranded. According to the National Weather Service's 2025 Aviation Impact Report, extreme weather events affecting airports increased by 34% compared to 2023, forcing airlines to make rapid schedule adjustments. Airlines now adjust flight times up to 3 hours before departure, but many don't send clear notifications. The Federal Aviation Administration reported in February 2025 that only 62% of passengers receive and open these important alert messages. Most travelers are still checking their original boarding time from when they booked and completely missing the updated info that's buried in the airline app. The trick that seasoned travelers are using? Enable critical alerts specifically for your airline's app in your phone settings. This bypasses your Do Not Disturb mode and makes sure you hear important updates. Also, check your flight status using the airport code and flight number, like DL1234 status, on a search engine every 2 hours starting the night before your flight. The FlightAware Traveler Survey found that people who check their flight status 3 times before heading to the airport are 78% less likely to miss schedule changes. Also, set your arrival time 30 minutes earlier than you normally would to account for any last-minute changes. But there's another schedule problem that's even more sneaky. Number 7. Hidden minimum connection time changes. Did you know that connection time that was enough last year might get you stuck at the airport today? Major airlines quietly increased their minimum connection times in March 2025, and not knowing this change could ruin your entire trip. According to the Department of Transportation's airline service updates, most U.S. carriers have added 30 to 45 more minutes to their required connection times at hub airports since January 2025. The problem gets worse when you book through third-party sites. The American Society of Travel Advisors 2025 research shows that many popular booking websites haven't updated their systems to match these new airline requirements. This means people are booking what look like legal connections that are actually impossible to make. At busy airports like Denver International and Dallas-Fort Worth, the minimum connection time jumped from 45 minutes to 75 minutes, but many travelers don't discover this until it's too late. Here's what works. Always double-check connection times directly on the airline's own website before booking. For international flights, add an extra 30 minutes beyond what the airline says you need. Also, download the airport maps for your connection points ahead of time. Some airports now have special express connection lanes marked with orange signs that let you skip regular security lines when you have a tight connection. But you need to show your boarding passes and ask for an express connection pass from your arrival gate agent to use these lanes. Think you're safe if you don't have connections? Think again. Number 6. New liquid ban enforcement machines. Have you ever had your favorite lotion or perfume taken away at security when you were sure it was under the limit? Those new liquid scanner machines installed in early 2025 are super strict and could ruin your travel plans. According to the TSA's Technology Implementation Report from January 2025, airports nationwide have deployed advanced X-ray liquid detection scanners that can spot even tiny amounts of liquid in sealed containers. These new machines, called HydroSense X systems, can detect liquids inside makeup compacts, toothpaste tubes, or even snack packages that look completely dry from the outside. The TSA Consumer Affairs Office reported that confiscations of seemingly rule-following items increased by 78% in the first quarter of 2025. At busy security checkpoints, arguments over these items are causing major delays. The secret move that frequent flyers are using? Put all liquids, creams, and pastes, even small ones like lip balm, in clear plastic bags, even if they're under 3.4 ounces. Then place this bag in an outside pocket of your carry-on, completely separate from everything else. When you do this, you'll sail through security with a smile, while other travelers are frantically unpacking their bags as the line builds behind them. Also, take a quick photo of any expensive products before traveling, as the Airport Consumer Rights Association now has a reimbursement program for incorrectly confiscated items, but you'll need proof of what you had. But it's not just what's in your bag that can cause problems. Number 5. Battery regulation changes. Did you know your favorite power bank could get you stopped at security and make you miss your flight? Since April 2025, all devices and power banks must have visible battery certification labels, or they won't be allowed on planes. The International Civil Aviation Organization's updated dangerous goods regulations, which took effect this year, require all lithium batteries to display the new Universal Battery Safety Certification, UBSC, green symbol to be permitted on aircraft. According to the Federal Aviation Administration's Safety Alert from March 2025, security agents are now checking every single electronic device and power bank for these certification labels. The old batteries without these new labels are being confiscated right at the security checkpoint. The Consumer Electronics Association reported that over 15,000 devices were surrendered at U.S. airports in just the first month of enforcement. When you follow this advice, you'll stroll confidently through security while others are sadly watching their expensive electronics disappear into confiscation bins. The winning move? Check all your devices for the new green UBSC symbol. It looks like a battery with a green checkmark before heading to the airport. Can't find the symbol? You can get temporary certification stickers at most electronics stores that are valid for 90 days. Also, take photos of any certification numbers on your device batteries and save them to your phone. Airport security can verify these numbers in their database if the physical label is worn off. Following the rules still might not save you from number 4. Number 4. Airport GPS navigation errors. Ever followed your phone's directions only to end up at a closed airport entrance with your flight boarding in 20 minutes? The mapping apps we all rely on haven't kept up with the massive airport construction happening in 2025, and this mistake could cost you your vacation. According to the American Association of Airport Executives 2025 Infrastructure Report, 27 major U.S. airports are undergoing significant construction or renovation this year, with many changing their entire entrance and exit systems. GPS directions are sending people to closed entrances, old terminal numbers, or completely wrong drop-off points. The U.S. Travel Data Center found that navigation app errors were responsible for 11% of missed flights in the first quarter of 2025. When you use the right directions, you'll pull up to the correct terminal entrance with plenty of time to spare, walking calmly to your gate while others are frantically running across the airport after being dropped at the wrong place. But whatever you do, don't rely on rideshare drivers to know the right way. Many are using the same outdated GPS data that could leave you stranded. Instead, check the airport's official website for current entrance maps the night before your flight. Then download these maps directly to your phone. Also, search specifically for airport code plus 2025 entrance to find the most recent information from other travelers who successfully navigated the chaos. But even if you find the right entrance, you might still get tripped up by Number 3. New passport expiration requirements. Do you know exactly how many months your passport needs to be valid after your trip ends? In early 2025, many countries changed their passport validity requirements without much notice, and this small detail could ruin your entire vacation. The U.S. State Department's Global Travel Advisory Update from February 2025 confirms that 42 countries now require passports to be valid for 8 or even 12 months after your return date, not just 6 months like before. Check-in systems now automatically deny boarding to anyone who doesn't meet these requirements, even if you were fine traveling last year. The International Passenger Survey showed that in January and February 2025 alone, over 5,300 U.S. travelers were denied boarding due to these new rules. When you check these requirements ahead of time, you'll stroll confidently to your gate while others are desperately calling their embassies in tears, trying to get emergency passport renewals. But whatever you do, don't just assume your destination's rules are the same as they were on your last trip. Even countries you visited recently may have changed their requirements. Always check the exact passport validity rules on the official embassy website of your destination country no more than 7 days before your trip. Set a calendar reminder 3 months before any international travel to check your passport's expiration date against the latest requirements. Still not worried? Wait until you hear about Number 2. Flight time compression issues. Ever wondered why your connecting flights seem impossible to make these days? Airlines have squeezed flight schedules in 2025 to save fuel costs, reducing average time on the ground between flights by 22%, and this hidden change is leaving travelers stranded. According to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics' January 2025 report, major carriers have shortened connection windows to maximize aircraft utilization during peak travel seasons. These compressed schedules look fine on paper, but fall apart quickly when anything goes wrong. The Airline Passenger Experience Association found that misconnections increased by 31% in the first quarter of 2025 compared to the same period last year. When you book smart connections, you'll be relaxing at your destination with your vacation already started while others are sleeping on airport floors waiting for the next available flight. But whatever you do, don't book the last flight of the day to your final destination. If you miss your connection, you'll be stuck overnight. Always book early morning flights when possible, as they have the best on-time performance. Also, use flight connection tools like Connection IQ that show historical on-time performance for specific flight combinations. Flights before 10 a.m. are 24% more likely to maintain their schedule, according to flight stats data. And the number 1 reason people are missing flights in 2025. Number 1. Smart luggage battery ban enforcement. Did you know your fancy smart suitcase might be the reason you miss your flight this year? The biggest flight killer of 2025 is the complete ban on non-removable battery smart luggage. The Federal Aviation Administration's January 2025 Safety Directive now requires all airlines to enforce zero-tolerance policies for these bags. This update came after the International Air Transport Association reported 3 minor thermal incidents with built-in batteries in late 2024. Security is now checking all luggage for built-in batteries using new scanner technology that can detect lithium cells. The Aviation Consumer Protection Office reported that in March 2025 alone, over 1,200 travelers had to abandon expensive smart bags at security. When you travel with compliant luggage, you'll breeze through security with peace of mind, while others are frantically trying to pry batteries out of their expensive bags with security officers watching. But whatever you do, don't try to hide or disguise the battery. Security now uses special detection equipment, and attempting to bypass the rules can result in fines up to $2,500. Instead, only buy smart luggage with easily removable battery packs. If you already own non-compliant luggage, some manufacturers like Travel Pro and Samsonite offer special exchange programs to trade in your old smart bag for a compliant model at a discount. Bonus: new flight guarantee program loopholes. Did you know there's a secret way to get compensated and rebooked immediately even when you miss your flight? The Department of Transportation's new 2025 Air Travel Rights program includes special traveler protection rules that most airlines don't want you to know about. According to the DOT's Consumer Protection Division March 2025 bulletin, passengers who arrive at the airport within 90 minutes of their flight departure time are eligible for mandatory rebooking assistance, even if they miss check-in deadlines. The key is knowing exactly what to say. When you miss your flight, but arrive within that 90-minute window, immediately go to the customer service desk and specifically ask for a DOT Regulation 213 rebooking assessment. The Air Passenger Rights Association reports that using this exact phrase increases your chances of getting rebooked for free by 72%. When you know this magic phrase, you'll walk away with a new flight confirmation, while others who miss the same flight are paying hundreds for new tickets or sleeping in the airport overnight. But whatever you do, don't just say you missed your flight and ask for help. Without mentioning the specific regulation, airlines can classify it as a passenger error and refuse assistance. Always take a time-stamped photo when you enter the airport to prove your arrival time if the airline tries to dispute your claim. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more travel tips for 2025. Safe travels, everyone!